trust, firm belief in the reliability, truth.
Hold on. I want you to write the word firm belief. Belief is a choice. Firm belief. There's a text in the Bible that talks about, I think it was, I don't know if it was Abraham, but it said he staggered not. And many of us today are still staggering. All right, and I'm going to try to break down why we are. Come on, read the first one again.
Firm belief
Firm belief.
in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something.
I want you to get this real quick. Please write, trust the truth. Stop hiding. Stop ignoring. Stop writing your own version. We have to learn to trust the truth. It's hard to trust the truth. The Lord said when he walked the earth as Jesus Christ, he said to know the truth. Because the Jews had said that they were the descendants of Abraham and not the descendants of slaves. And the Lord told them, if you know the truth will set you free. Where you were does not mean that's where you have to be. Oh, can I help you? If you try to forget your past, you've lost your foundation. Your past is not your present. Your past is your foundation where you build from so you don't go back to nothing. So if you were in pain, you were in trouble, you was in destitute, that was your building block to let you know there is something greater than that. But don't act like you ain't never went through nothing. Don't act like you ain't never had roaches in your house. Don't act like you ain't never been hungry. Don't act like you ain't never had a problem, because then you're lying and you're moving away from the foundation. And it's simple like this. You can build on it or it can crush you. It can be a rock or it can be sand. But it's how you see yourself. Trust the truth. Don't look for somebody to validate it. Trust the truth. If God said it, I don't have a choice but to believe it. Trust the truth with firm belief. Because say, why would the enemy come if he didn't come to shake up what you knew? So you get up every day and you do what? Doubt who you are, doubt what you can become, and doubt because you're going through. You'd rather go through than to be stuck. But if you don't trust the truth, you'll never come through. Amen. Now, if I was in a club with my afro, I would drop the mic and go home. Come on, read.
Firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength.
Hold on. Truth will never let you down, but it might break your heart and it might hurt your feelings. There's a text, Matthew 11:6. This is just for your devotion. The Lord said to them, John, once again, had sent his disciples. Now, this is the same John that baptized Jesus. And wanted to know, is it you who is salvation, or shall we look for another? And the Lord said, Jesus said, go tell John, if you can get past you locked up, and I'm free. Some people want to lock you up and you free, but you don't understand how free you are because they want to lock you up in your belief. Oh, I wish I could work with y'all. I didn't know I had this much in me tonight, but I wish I could work with y'all. People want to lock you up because you free. And they bound. So he told him, he said, the same two nosy disciples. You got to realize that's some people nosy, just watching and looking around and trying to figure out how to sabotage you. And you think they're your friend, but really they a spy because they part of the 10. They part of the 10 that did not die in the wilderness. They crossed over some kind of way. That spirit jumped the fence just like it did in the pigs, and it's still trying to find out how you smiling every day without me. Then there are other people that want you to live in fear of them. Because y'all don't want to trust the truth. Because God said if you trust the truth will set you free. So my question, do you really want to be free? And if you want to be free, you're going to have to lose some folks. And you can't get offended every time God cuts the cords. Because God get ready to cut the cords and you you don't love me. Jesus trying to cut the cords. And you still somewhere OD'd on a fool. OD'd on a job. OD'd over a broken relationship. OD'd because you got an issue. You're going to miss your moment in the day to learn because you stuck with something that can't grow. Oh, y'all don't want to play with me right now. You don't want to grow. You don't want to grow. So I want to hold on to what they told me in 85. 85 don't work in 2019. You need new information. You need something fresh. You need something to break up because you've been in prison and the word of God will break up the things that have been around you. Come on. Come on, read, honey. Let me go over here. I got to get my sign because I'm about to have church. And them folk out there, they ain't ready for this today. They would not know who I be if I went in that mode. Come on, let me show.
Firm belief.
Firm belief.
In the reliability.
Tell somebody, be reliable.
True ability or strength of someone or something.
Somebody shout, own it.
Own it.
Own it. Own it. Come on. Okay, thank you, dear. Come on, my other one. Tell somebody, y'all, I'm going to have to walk this off because I feel this one pushing a brother. I have to walk this off. Y'all remember what happened Easter Sunday, right? I told y'all, don't play with me Easter Sunday. Come on, dear.
Definition of truth.
Uh-huh.
The body of real things.
Hold on. Look, read up there. I don't know, Dick and Gary, if you can get that shot. Some people what?
Are success
Because of what?
When
opportunity knocks.
So opportunity going to disturb your norm. Opportunity going to take you out your, y'all ain't, out your, opportunity not going to come with the people you used to seeing. You used to seeing Buck Teeth Bucket. You used to seeing Crazy Willie. You used to seeing Stupid Sally. You used to seeing dysfunctional looking Becky. So you're comfortable with them. But when opportunity come, you're not going to know. And listen what it says. Come on. Some people
aren't successful because when opportunity knocks, they complain about the noise.
You finished reading? Come on, read.
The body of real things, events and facts, actuality. The state of being the cause, fact.
All right, tell somebody. This where you at right here. Say, look, let's see here. This here, right here. Where you at? What does it say? Oh, I would say, did something come up? I didn't want my baby picture to come up. What did I was like, Jesus, oh Lord. Come on, what does it say?
The struggle you're facing
Uh-huh.
is a test to see if you are truly committed to the life you say you want.
Do you really want it? Do you really want it? I want to be like Jesus. I want to be like. I was singing a song last night at the other campus. Come on, come on, come on. Don't you want to go? Ain't nobody want to go. Oh, yes. I want to go. No, you don't. Because the first phase you're going to have to deal with is struggle. Here is the word tonight. And the reason that I went back to 2 Samuel 10, I'm talking about transitional behavior. I'm going to ask you when the Bible says, and David went on and grew great. The question becomes, what changed? I'll tell you what changed was his attitude. But his attitude had to be affected by his thoughts. Touch your head and say, how I think determines my attitude. What are you letting your flesh tell your mind that cancels out your belief? What are you telling yourself? You want to win, but you don't want to be in pain. If you're not in pain, you won't know the value of the win. Oh, I wish I could help you. If you're not in pain, and see, some people make pain a home and a hobby. Well, you know, it's just going to be like this. No. You hadn't incubated yet. You still stuck between belief and disaster. You're stuck between belief and disaster. It says the struggle you're facing is what?
A test to see if you're truly committed to the life you say you want.
You say you want. Talking. That's a good one. Does your actions line up with your word? His attitude, his behavior, his mindset, and his approach to God, and his interaction with God's people. I'll say that again. His thoughts affected his attitude. His attitude would affect his behavior. If he is not balanced, his mindset will be off track. So his approach to God is not that of a believer, but as somebody that would struggle to believe. If you're struggling to believe, it's because you have doubt. And darkness and light does not go together. Either you believe or you give up. Look at somebody and say, I can't let you take up my time no more. Because all I've offered you was truth and trust. And if you can't trust God, then I can't deal with you. Because if you trust God, you got to realize there's a point in the relationship that you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle with the truth. Am I making sense? So here's what happens. Then your interaction changes. I want to talk to you tonight about the third one in here that I didn't ask you to do. I want to talk to you about defining the culture in which you live, think, work, worship, and raise your children in. Defining the culture. As a parent, as a believer. What culture? See, here's the thing. No one has really taught us. Are we aware that there are multiple ways to build or destroy a culture? Can I start out like this? First of all, you cannot take the culture that exists into the living God's world. Number one. You cannot take your traditions and your values into a realm with a living God. Number two, you come from one factor, your spouse come from another factor. Here is the problem with most people in relationships. They want to bring a culture that they come from rather than understanding they are to build a culture together. Now, I know some of us wish we'd got this a little earlier, but I just got it this afternoon. So as you get ready to move forward, you will know. Because what happens in the natural is the male tries to dominate the female, or the female try to dominate the male because of their prior cultures. They don't understand that they need to build a culture together. Because what worked for your mama and how your daddy treated your mama is not how you're supposed to treat your wife. And how your mama talked to your daddy is not how you're supposed to talk to your husband. Oh, it got cold real quick. So if you're not prepared to change your culture, then you're not prepared to be interactive with someone else when they're trying to, because we have children, when we haven't built the culture. Am I making sense? We don't understand each other. We're not on one accord, but we brought these little people into the world. And now we are fighting amongst ourselves, and we're fighting in ourselves, and we're fighting with ourselves, and we're fighting you, and our children are sinking. And artificial intelligence is the very thing. See, if they cannot shackle you anymore, if they cannot keep you out anymore, many artificial intelligence scientists have found a way to control you without change, control you without denying you. They give you a tool now that you are self-controlled by artificial intelligence. And so now a child can never go outside and find a butterfly, but can sit in the house and play a game all day, but can't sit in a 30-minute service and have no interaction with people. What culture are you building in your home? What culture are you building with your kid? What culture are you setting down and setting the example that I don't care how gifted and talented you are, you're going to need a source higher than you? If not, you will do things because you will be filtrated with all this toxic stuff that's on social media and YouTube, and you'll be intoxicated with it. And it doesn't teach you reality. It doesn't teach you that you're going to be in jail for 75 years. It just teaches you a manifesto to go out and do what you want to do because no one's brought you in line and said this behavior is unacceptable. And you have lost your privileges because you don't understand the value of freedom. Does this make sense? What is your home life like? What is your family life like? Your church, your school, your neighborhood, your street, your society. Culture. Here's what it's supposed to be. Development or improvement of the mind through education and experience. Do not deal with people who don't intend to grow. If they think within their mind that they don't have any issues, you need to move on. It's like a person that likes to read and a person that likes to watch TV. There is a different behavior in a person that reads and studies and a person that watches television. The two does not mix. A street, which used to be where people grew up and kids played and had to go in by dusk, now streets are teaching the kids more than the parents. And we've lost the value of ministry and church and the fear of God, which is the reverence of God and the respect of God. We now let our kids just do whatever. Every kid that I pastor need to learn how to get on their knees. They need to bring a pad. They need to learn how to pray. You want them to be successful, and then when they commit suicide, you wonder, what's wrong? What's wrong? We were trying to get an NBA day. We were trying to get in the NFL. We had a national signing day. The problem is you're more than flesh. There's a spirit. And without God harnessing and we respecting that spirit, everybody will crash and burn. And you say, well, so-and-so made it. They made it, but you don't know their full life. And now we have so many athletes that now are in domestic violence because they don't know when to turn it on and know when to turn it off. So now they're talking and being recorded about destroying. And there's nothing wrong with chastising a child, but it is something wrong with abusing a child. Right. The Bible says, spare the rod, you spoil the child. But you don't take your anger out on your children. Amen. And no one's going to teach your kid their place. You have to teach your kid their place. If the animals in the jungle still are teaching the little animals their place, what's happening in humanity? Kids talking back. I didn't get what I wanted. Who said you deserve it? Who said you deserve it? Because you know what? Most folk are walking around with too much guilt. They're walking around with too much guilt. You cannot really bloom until your guilt becomes fertilizer and you grow from it. Quit holding guilt over your head. Quit holding, well, you know, I used to do this and I used to do that and I think I could have been a better dad. And forget that. You can't go back and change nothing. But what you can do is make sure the outcome is not like the beginning. Okay? That's why the text says you're going to struggle when you're facing the test. And you can't face a test still feeling guilty. You got to do what's in the best interest of your children and of yourself and of your future. You can't get tied up because somebody didn't forgive you. Forget them. I have a saying, let them kick rocks. God gave you this day. Why let your past hang over your head? And don't fool with people that always got to bring up what you used to be. Because everybody got a story. I don't care who you are. I don't care how successful, how many books you got. Everybody got a dark side. Everybody got a skeleton in the closet. Somebody say amen. Just look at your neighbor and say, look here, look here, look here, look here. Look here, look here. There's some stuff about you I don't know. You might be my wife, you might be my husband, but there's some stuff. I don't know everything about you. I don't know everything about you. Quit letting folk hold stuff over your head. Hey, you know you did this. Don't quit talking about what I did. Look at what I'm doing. Is this making sense? Here's the thing. Development or improvement of the mind by education and experience. Here's the thing. I'm going to skip over the preparation culture, and I want to deal with this, and then I'm going to come back to it. What has the most influence on you? Where do you spend most of your time? In your past? In your failures? In your struggles? Where do you spend most of your time? I'm going to show you something. If you spend your time in your struggles, guess where most of your children spend their time? Through the influence of your struggle. Because they don't know who mama is. They don't know who daddy is. Because daddy is still dealing with the monsters of the past. Mother is still holding guilt over her head about decisions that she wasn't mature enough to make. So then the children get spoiled, rotten, and petted, and they grow up dysfunctional. And what we don't get is our children will not be good partners to other people, because if they're sucking the life out of you, they're going to suck the life. Oh, I wish I could. And here's another catch. If you're making excuses for them, guess what they're going to be attracted to? People who make excuses for them. What you ignore, they'll ignore. They'll make excuses. So they'll look for people that they can dominate. Or people will dominate them because all they know is struggle, poverty. See, there used to be, and I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it was California. When I grew up, there were neighborhoods. Now people proud to be from the hood. Show me what's successful in the hood. Besides poverty, stress, killing, robbing. How do you rob poor people? How do you steal a bike off a porch and you poor? What you gonna do? Walk it down the street? And then we have people that where we pay no attention to vote, will vote to keep tax money out of your community, putting up street lights, putting up sidewalk. They don't care nothing about your kids getting hit. You can't even get a speed bump, but go on certain sides of town, they got speed bumps everywhere. So the more you stick your head in the sand, the more your community lose. Because of culture. Because of culture. You depressed, you got depressed children. You talk struggle, oh, it's hard, I don't know how we're going to eat today. Then your children going to go through life, I don't know how we're going to eat. I don't know how we're going to eat. I don't know how we're going to eat. I guess we got to steal something. It's hard on the yard. And other people on their phone in their Mercedes cutting all across traffic, just I had to pray because I almost jumped out the car in the middle of the road the other day and got on somebody. But I'd tell somebody I'd have gone too far. Because I'd have took on them anything that was bothering me. I'd have went too far. They just in the car, just cut 3 lanes. They're going to cut over my lane. Just, hi, Bob. Hi, how are you? Hi. What the? Holy Ghost work. Holy Ghost work. Work, Holy Ghost, because it's about to be an issue out here. They're going to see a mad black man in the middle of the street just fussing that car. Somebody need to get him some help. Get a jacket, get a jacket, get a jacket, because he's lost it. Here's the thing. Thoughts lead to very dysfunctional attitudes. When you have an attitude, it leads to dysfunctional events in your life. Here's what happened, and I want to say this to my kids. Young fella, you play basketball, right? Do you want to be good? I want you to learn how to practice. Okay? You can't see something about our kids. We want to play, but we don't want to practice. We want to start, but we don't want to practice. You see what I'm saying? I want to do karate, but I don't want to stretch. You see, I want to get better, but I don't want to practice. See, because we have a generation, and yes, I'm talking to black folks right now. Okay? Get this real good. You don't want to practice. Because you're athletic naturally and you're gifted naturally, so you don't think that you have to practice. And you think just because you can jump, run, that you're going to be out there. No. Look at somebody and say, you're going to need some skills, baby. You're going to have to practice. You know why? Because we come from a self-indulgent environment that teaches us that we want to be celebrated so bad. You see what I'm saying? You can outrun everybody, but you can't get the ball in the goal. How do you miss a layup? You know why? Because what you watch, everybody just shooting in the hoop. Hey, we may as well take the backboard out of basketball and just put a rim up there, because don't nobody want to use the backboard. Don't nobody rebound anymore. Everybody's like, oh, he didn't make it. Oh, there's the ball. Let me pass it. There you go, Johnny. Who uses a backboard? They call that old school. Oh, they old school. Throwing up. Is it 2 points? Then that's all I need. I'm going to run on back down court, because that may be the difference in the game, because we have taught our kids to celebrate the moment but not prepare for the moment. Practice. You know what practice does? You earn the right, because when you get on the court, it is not that the color of your skin, it is what you got in your skill set. You can't dribble. See, I love basketball. Too short to play it, but I did try to play. Played a little community, and a little guy with a little disabled arm, he beat me. I want to beat him up every time I see him, but that's besides the point. You know why? You got to learn how to get the feel and the rhythm of the ball, and you can't do that looking at the ball, because you may have a man wide open, but if all you doing is looking at dribbling, then you ain't ready for the next level. Look at somebody. If you still crying about yesterday, you can't get over Ray and Pookie. You can't get over Shaquita. You can't get over that you had a flat tire this morning. That flat tire messed up your whole day. I didn't get my coffee. Ooh, what is wrong with you? What happens if there is no coffee? You didn't get your caffeine? What's wrong with mom? What's wrong with that? What's wrong? They have it. They a drug addict. They got an addiction. My attitude ain't right. If I ain't drinking my coffee, I'm allowed to hurt somebody and set it off up in here. Don't you need that, John? You better sit down and pray and get yourself together. Care nothing about what nobody say with you. I got 18 more hours in the day. I can't let you mess me up. Then you get a ticket. Why'd you get a ticket? Oh, no. Because you were frustrated. And the person you frustrated with is not in the car with you when you getting that ticket. You got 4 points, not 4 points, 4 points off your license. Because you mad about that's down the street. Your insurance going up. You got to sit in and try to go to court. Mr. Campbell, yes, sir. Why were you speeding? Sir, I don't know. Were you speeding? Yes, sir. Can you just reduce it? Well, I knock it down to 2 points, but you still owe the court calls. You owe the calls for the officer stopping you. I'm still why pay for something that you could have avoided? She pumped up. Everybody say, Lord, help me get this devil out my head. Help me get this enemy out my head. Because here's what happens when you react. Events, you don't practice and develop necessary skills. Ask me, say, what you mean? The Bible says, come on, I wish I had somebody real quick in the Bible. The Bible says, be wise as a serpent. And what? You need that skill set. How many people have you went off on? Got upset with, flipped out, said, scream, yeah. Yes, fighting really counts. How old are you? 11. See what happens for a young male like you? Come on up here, because I'm real. I can't be no more than what I am. Let me show you something. You're a young male. We ain't got to worry about the color of your skin because everybody can see it. But there are some people that'll be jealous of your height. You're 11 years old. I'm 57. You're almost taller than me. So you're going to be taller than me. But people will try to get you in trouble so it can mess up your future. And if they can mess with your head, they can mess with your future. So don't get drawn into trying to get even with somebody. You see what I'm saying? Because see, and I just have to be who I am. I am a black male talking to a young black male. Don't let nobody draw you into race. Outthink them. Outthink them. Get ahead of them. Because what they know about our culture, and I'm very angry because professionally, I analyze things. And there are people that study you. Yes. What grade you in? 5th grade. Guess what? If you get to fighting and you get in it with your friends and you trying to protect your friend, guess what they're going to do? You ain't going to get a scholarship to go to college. And Big Lip Willie will get one. Because they drew you in. Because they know they can tap into your emotions. And when they tap into your emotions, because we are wrong, I'm old. I haven't figured out yet why we love tennis shoes so much. Tennis shoes ain't never paid my bills. PF Flyers just work like what they call them, Chuck Taylors, and Chuck Taylors work just like the Nikes. If they own your feet and the rock's not scratching you, you got on a good shoe. You see, but see what they want to do, what people want to do, you even, see, and it's just not other ethnicity groups, sometimes it's your own people. You see what I'm saying? Because they mom and dad ain't got no money to put them in no game. You see what I'm saying? So then they going to mess with you, just pick at you. Look at you, big old head, look at you, look at you. And what they're doing is trying to draw you in. That spirit, see, this is the thing y'all don't understand about the spirit. The spirit know your destiny. You don't because you won't listen. Oh, I wish I could help you. You won't listen because you caught up in the moment. So the enemy knows your future when you don't. So the enemy will come to you at 11 and make you think fighting solves your problem. Mm-hmm. And so then you fight it. Then you start walking around with your chest all out. And you don't even know how to fight. It ain't a real fight till somebody hit the ground. And see, now folk don't fight. They just shoot each other, drive like pow. Oh, cowards in the car. Y'all ain't never watched Friday, have you? Y'all remember when Debo and somebody had, yeah, and Craig was scared to fight Debo, and they said, no, put down all the weapons. And come on, let's get in the street. And let's solve this matter. See, you can't do that now. Don't ever be insulted by the comments of people. You are smart enough to get ahead. You'll have a scholarship, a good life, and you'll look up 20 years, they still on the corner with no teeth. Tell me, hey, where your mama at? You know I like your mama. My mama don't date stupid people. You see what I'm saying? So don't let somebody, because at your age, there are guys that want to get you in gangs, and then people always talking about street life, street life, street life. You can't even have a street with no light. And if they cut the power off, you just in the dog. You're too smart for that. And it's not about your color. It's not about how you look. It's about what you believe. Don't ever let nobody steal that from you. I heard, and I'm going to let you go. I heard he was a very, I loved him, Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter came from a diverse interracial marriage. And his daddy told him very early on, he said, listen, there are kids that's going to be smarter than you. There are kids going to be faster than you. There are kids that's going to be better than you. But listen, never let anybody outwork you. Don't let them outwork you. Because when you're working, your hustle and your work will get you there. You see what I'm saying? Because we don't like to practice. Come on, y'all. We don't like to practice. If you do that, so when somebody want to have a fight, say, listen, man, I got a future. I want a big house. I want a real pretty girl. I want some cars. I want 2, 3 girlfriends on the side. All right, man, thank you. I knew I'd get their attention if I said that. Here I go too far. Here I go too far. Here I go too far. No, but I'm just saying. You got to drill big. You can't let people suck you into stupid stuff. Because here's the difference. People wouldn't attack you if you didn't have anything of value. People don't criticize stupid stuff. They criticize people who have the opportunity to be more. So as we go on, this is what I want to do. Stop saying I don't want to practice. And here's one thing for parents. Quit being inconsistent. Do not create a culture of inconsistency in your house. Stop making excuses. Okay? Push, 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 push. Every day you get up, push forward. Push your children forward. Teach them a standard. Here's what happens. Here's what people do. People are lacking skills. That's why they try to play in your mind. Your job as a parent is to help your children develop their skills. Focus parents on skill improvements. Quit measuring your daughter by her proctitude. Quit measuring your son because he's fast, and build their internal skills and teach them that God has to be a part of their evolution. Does this make sense? Here's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to close. We can't give up on training our children. Their future depends on how we help and guide them in the art of transitional behavior. Can I talk about that for a minute? And I'm going to close. Whatever attitude your child has right now, your daughter has right now, your son has right now, your niece has right now, if you don't work on it, it's going to get them in trouble that they can't answer for. If they're at a certain age, how old are you?
I'm 11.
If they're at a certain age and they stomping through the house, they don't want to wash dishes, they don't want to take out the trash, they just want to sit around, what do you think they're going to be at 19? You think at 19 a light bulb going to come on and they're going to want to take out the trash? You see what I'm saying? If they don't make up their bed now, okay? Can I make it plain? If you have a house or an apartment, make it as if though it's a castle and a palace. Why? Teach them to take care of it, so no matter where they go in life, in college, they'll be clean, they'll be productive, they will be successful, because it becomes a behavior. If they don't take out the trash at 10, they won't take out the trash at 17. And then they'll connect with a woman, be shacking with somebody, and won't take out the trash then. So then the woman does everything, and then she gets mad and she get bitter. I wish I had a woman in here say amen. Amen. She get mad and she get bitter. And kids be like, what's wrong with mama? Is y'all? Because don't nobody want to do nothing. Listen, I was 9 years old. And I was cooking breakfast every Sunday morning for the family. I cooked eggs, I cooked grits, I cooked bacon, I cooked toast. Yes, I did all of that. Made coffee, didn't even drink. I think that's why I don't like coffee. My dad, he be hollering from the bathroom to my, I'll fix me some coffee. I'm like, based on what you're doing, you don't need no coffee. I cooked for everybody. Am I making myself clear? You got two hands? Every one of my kids that got two hands, raise your hands. Come on up here with me. We getting ready to close. What time is it? Come on, come on up here. All of y'all tall. All of y'all taller than me. Most, boy, I must be a midget. What y'all eating and feeding these kids? Look at them. Look at you. Come here. Let's see. Hold on. Yep, she has sink reach. She can reach the sink. Yes, she can. She can reach the sink. Yep. Hold up your hands. Yep, you can reach the sink. Oh, yeah, you can reach in the cabinet and get the oatmeal out and cook oatmeal. Yes. Oh, yeah, he got big. Every one of these kids, you are not doing parenting if you're not teaching them how to prepare and how to cook and how to prepare breakfast. Because listen, can I be real with y'all? Come on, Braylon, you too. Can I be real with y'all? You men, I want to talk to y'all. You want her to have her baby, but who gonna help her in the house? You ain't got enough money to pay for the house. You need to learn how to cook. Help that woman. She ain't your God ain't never gave man a maid unless he hired her. He gave you a helpmeet. You need to learn how to cook. Women, y'all need to teach these kids how to cook. Everybody should have a responsibility. Nothing should be burned. Oh, y'all ain't hear me. Nothing should be burned. And listen, y'all talk about, I don't want to go in that bathroom. I came up when it wasn't but one bathroom. And the window wouldn't go up in it. Do the math. So every Sunday, all 5 people had to use the same restroom. And you knew what was going on by how long it took them to come out. If you got 2 restrooms, y'all living uptown. You need to cook. What can you cook? But you look at all this pretty bread. What can you cook? You should be cooking breakfast on Sunday morning. I was up. My parents didn't have to get me up. That was my job. I was up cooking breakfast. Was pride for cooking. Especially when you learn how to whip them grits and put cheese in them. And get the salt and pepper right. That's what I'm saying. But then these hands need to be in there washing dishes. Folk talking about, I wish I had a dishwasher. You got them right here. And if you ain't got nothing but nubs, you just rub that nub with that. Just rub them. Look at somebody say, rub the nubs. Every young male need to learn how to take out trash.
I took out trash last night.
What about the night before? So when I see you, can see you like, did somebody have to tell you? Okay. See, this is how I came up. It didn't make me strange. See, we ain't been taught. Like I say, you got to know how to bring the good things from your culture and trash them on. Because then mama don't want to be upset. Daughter ain't prepared, don't know how to cook, don't know how to clean. What do you want to wait till you're 21? You know how to, what you know how to cook?
Some grits.
So, I know how to cook. I know how to cook some grits. What else you know how to cook? Grilled cheese?
Cheese.
Y'all feeding all these babies starch, grits and macaroni and cheese. Y'all get on off and up here. Y'all gonna be big tomorrow. Hot cocoa.
I can cook macaroni. Spaghetti. I can cook some grilled cheese.
Look at his mama. I wish you could. His mama like. What's your full name?
Nicholas Jalen Williams.
Whatever he said. His mama like that ain't my child. He talking about he cooking something. But am I making sense? Thank y'all. Come on, grab hands.
I cook grilled cheese. I cook mac and cheese for myself.
Okay.
I cook pancakes for my dad.
Okay.
And also I know how to golf.
You know how to golf. Okay. All right. Come on. Let us stand. Everybody grab a hand. We'll continue this next week. We are so happy and thank you for the Greenwood campus and the virtual campus. If you have not signed up for the virtual campus, please do so. Grab your neighbor by the hand. Hey, Fussy Box. Now she want to act like she want to be quiet. She like, Grab your neighbor by the hand. Let us pray. Gracious Father, we thank you for those that are here, those that are not here. We thank you for the word that you've given us to share with your people. We are honored, oh God, to be able to share what you've given us insight. We ask that this word will sink into every child, every teen, every parent. And as we come together next week and on this Sunday, that we will start the process of becoming better and greater people. Yes. That we truly see the value of transitional behavior. God bless you. Thank you. Look to see you next week.